My name is Jasmine Townsend, and I have the immense honor of serving as a teacher here in the District of Columbia. This year, I am deeply grateful to have been recognized by OSSE as DC's Teacher of the Year. This is a reflection not just of my work, but of the dedication and passion of educators across our city who show up every day to inspire, challenge, and support our students. Now, it is my privilege to introduce someone who has been a steadfast leader in advancing education in the District of Columbia, our very own Mayor, Muriel Bowser. Mayor Bowser has long been a champion for education, working to expand access to high-quality schools and opportunities for success. Her leadership has helped drive innovation, increase resources, and advocate for equity in every classroom across the city. Tonight, she joins us to present the final award of the evening. Please join me in welcoming Mayor Muriel Bowser.
Thank you. Well, good evening, everybody. Please give Jasmine another big round of applause. Thank you. And I want to acknowledge and thank and appreciate all of tonight's awardees. There's so much excitement in the room for the great work that has happened and is happening at DC Public Schools. I want to acknowledge and thank our partners in oversight of the District of Columbia Public Schools, all the members of the DC Council. Give them a round of applause. I heard a lot of ward pride in announcing the winners. I also want to acknowledge and thank all of the members of the State Board of Education. Please give them a round of applause. And to the best public education team around, our public education team, the Chancellor of DC Public Schools, Louis Farabee, the Deputy Mayor for Education, Paul Kine, our State Superintendent for Education, also supporting our schools and kids at the Department of Parks and Recreation and the Department of Employment Services. Give them a big round of applause. And I think part of the pride that I hear from my fellow members of the government is that we have just followed the progress of so many schools. We've met so many principals and teachers who have told us stories, shared needs. And when we come to events like this, we can see all of the investments that we've made, all of the questions that we've answered, and we see dreams coming true for our kids. We are immensely proud as a city, and for many, many years, our taxpayers, our leaders have said that there is no greater priority for us to invest in than public education. No greater investment. And we also know this to be true, that the renaissance of our city is directly tied. There was a time when we weren't growing, when people didn't want to live here, when people were fleeing our city or didn't come to our schools. But the renaissance of our city is directly tied to the progress that we're seeing in DC public schools. So I want to say thank you for that. So tonight, I'm here, of course, as your mayor to say thank you, but also as a DC public school mom of a first grader who loves school, whose teacher sent me notes on Class Dojo this week about the things that she needed to be doing in math. And I remember saying, yes, sir, Mr. Shamowitz, she will be doing those things in math. So on behalf of 700,000 grateful Washingtonians, I say thank you. I frequently say and have occasion to say that the public schools are indeed a bright spot in our city, and it's true. More families are choosing DC public schools. More families came back to the public schools in DC than any place in this region. Student achievement is on the rise. And when you walk into any of our buildings, you know that joy is palpable. And it is obvious that it is because of the dedication of our principals, teachers, and staff. And while a lot of people associate the transformation of our schools with reforms that happened nearly 20 years ago, it's important to note that our schools get better every single year. They get more challenging. Our training gets deeper. Our acknowledgement of the partnership between teachers and government gets deeper. And of course, the things that we ask of ourselves and we challenge ourselves to do more for our kids gets greater. So tonight, I'm honored to have the job of presenting a very important award. But before I do that, I also want to say a special thanks to the DC Public Education Fund and Mark Ian. Thank you for your leadership. Ben Soto, who, as I know, been on the board, and I see Michaela, and I see Debbie and others. Thank you so much. It is no small thing to say that the private sector looks at what we're doing and looks all across the country and says, I want to invest in DC because they have big ideas, they're doing big things, the city gets behind them, and we want to get behind them too. So this public education fund is so important to the work that we do. And this night, I want to say, means a lot to us in the city, and I know it means a lot to our teachers and staff. So thank you. Give the Public Education Fund a round of applause. So tonight I am presenting the 2024 School Excellence Award for School Improvement. Yes. The school receiving this award has demonstrated extraordinary growth and commitment to student success. Through strategic interventions, they've made significant academic strides, improving PARCC proficiency and growth scores. They've also implemented innovative programs to reduce chronic absenteeism and to foster a school culture where every student feels loved, challenged, and prepared. In fact, I remember in April of 2020, this school's marquee had a simple message: we miss you and we love you. And these efforts have not only transformed their learning environment, but are setting the stage for lasting success. It is with great pride that I announce the winner of this year's School Improvement Award, J.O. Wilson Elementary School. So let's take a look at why J.O. Wilson is tonight's awardee.
On our school's journey, we implemented quite a few programs. We had our after-school program, which we call Sourcet, where we worked with scholars academically. We had mentoring programs. We did a lot of extracurricular activities with students. We were able to make sure that our students were connected so that students would feel seen and feel heard in their space of school.
As a parent observing kind of what is going on in the school, it's pretty clear that they have developed a plan to focus on academic achievement and improvements in students across the board. All of those things seem to be working, and kind of the improvements in the test scores have really shown that that's the case.
To have a chance to walk in and announce to our 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade students, teachers, and their parents that we were the recipients of this award, it was exactly what our community needed.
This has been an all-hands-on-deck effort to ensure that we were giving our students what they needed to be successful.
Give it up for J.O. Wilson.